Only a few short days ago, Celtic were burying Graham Souness, but a few days later, they're burying Rangers Football Club after the news that broke on Thursday about Rangers not having Ibrox ready for the start of the season. Welcome back to Fog Football. And you're probably wondering, right, how could Celtic somehow troll Rangers with this? Well, they tweeted this 20 hours ago, yesterday. The champions forge ahead with a big trophy emoji. Then work progresses at pace at Celtic FC's new East End training facility. Of course, if you're unaware, I mean, I didn't know about this until this tweet, but Celtic are building a new training facility. Of course, Rangers currently experiencing problems with building things. Obviously, Ibrox not exactly going there according to plan, with the shipment being delayed from China, and one person labelled it as there's only one team in Glasgow that can build something efficiently. So yeah, there's a lot of trolling going on. There's a lot of digs flying left, right, and centre. And you know what? How can I even make an argument against that? Because what's happening right now with a shipment being is an absolute. I mean, it's derailing the season, isn't it, man? You do not want to be playing away games for a month straight. We don't even know what the situation is. We won't really know what the situation is. I mean, we've got 5 freaking days until the fixtures get announced on the 27th of June. I think we'll know more by then because Rangers are going to have to say something to the SPFL, SFA, whatever, about the current situation because they're not going to be able to play home games. You know, they're not going to be able to fulfil the home games in the schedule. So once that comes out and we know what's happening and there's like the first 3 games, Rangers are away, then you'll know that'll paint a pretty vivid picture. But again, the league, it would be annoying. It absolutely would be having to start the game with the league with 3 away games, or potentially home games that are at Hampden or Murrayfield, whatever. But I think the biggest problem for me is actually going to be the Champions League. Rangers need that money. They got a favourable enough seeding system in there with some of the teams that they could potentially get. And it's like that advantage that they've got with Ibrox now could be at the window. For me, there's still no excuse, right? It would be very easy for people to point to that and be like, oh, well, if we go out, the team was a wee bit disrupted. They weren't playing at Ibrox. Nah, I won't be using that as an excuse. It's time for these players to actually step up and be counted for. A lot of dead weights went, a lot of new faces have come in the door. It's time to actually step up to task and do something. All right. But yeah, forget about Champions League and league games. Let's talk about the Ibrox construction cock up because that's what the Daily Record is labelling it now. Apparently, so the shipment, people are probably wondering what is shipment. So essentially it's going to be an overhaul of the club's facilities for disabled fans. It's going to actually introduce like more seats, and we're not talking like 10 more thousand here, we're talking like a couple of hundred, and not 100,000. Now you're wondering, right, okay, what's the estimated time delivery on this item, on this package that Rangers are expecting? Is it a day or two? Is it a week delayed? No, it's actually a complete month delayed. Wah, wah, wah. I mean, this is bad. They aren't expected to arrive until late July, pushing the development works back, and the cock-up led to one club employee being sacked. It remains to be seen whether they will play their games in the interim. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not really into architecture and all that good stuff and how long this is going to take, but I'm going to assume if this shipment doesn't arrive until late July and Rangers are expected to play home games within a week, there's not a chance. I mean, I even thought like if the shipment came today, it might have been delayed. So add a month onto it, I'm not too sure what's going to happen. But of course, Celtic, they're twisting that knife, progressing at pace, forging ahead. Well, Rangers are sinking behind. Again, some people might be saying, oh, it doesn't mean too much. I mean, it doesn't, but for a team that I don't think, I know is already weak mentally, this could be like a nail in one of the few nails in the coffin it takes to sink this Rangers team because any sort of pressure on their arse collapses. I'm seeing a lot of things. Oh well, Rangers they actually perform better when there's no fans in the stadium. I don't really know how that's going to work. Are they referring to? I mean, how would that actually work though? Well, that would only be like if Ibrox you couldn't play it. Well, you could play in Ibrox, but fans weren't allowed in. I just don't see that happening. To be honest. But that's where we're going to leave it, guys. I mean, in terms of everyone else, I mean, it's just a lot of comments about epic trolling. Delaying materials. Haha. Could Rangers play at the Celtic training ground? All that good stuff. But what do you think? Celtic twisting the knife, or is this some bit of masterful trolling?